Hi, everyone. I'm Debra Alfarone. Thank you so much for joining us on this Labor Day. The Biden administration says the State Department helped get 4 more U.S. citizens out of Afghanistan on Monday. Well, police say a former Marine shot and killed 4 people, including an infant, over the weekend in Florida. Evacuation orders in California have been downgraded to warnings as fire crews made progress against the Caldor fire. The fire is 44% contained. Saturday will mark 20 years since the terror attacks that prompted the invasion of Afghanistan. And this week, the trial for the men accused of plotting the 9/11 attacks resumes after a 19-month pause due to COVID-19. It was the latest obstacle in a case marked by delay and secrecy. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge has been covering this story extensively, and she's joining us from Camp Justice, where the men are due in court on Tuesday. Thanks so much for being here, Catherine. So let's get right to it. What are the charges? After all this time, you gotta wonder, is justice even possible? And authorities in Chicago working to curb gun violence by cracking down on so-called straw purchases. California's recall election is entering its last stretch as early in-person voting is now underway in the state. A family in Australia breathing a sigh of relief after their 3-year-old child was found safe after several days alone in the wilderness. Ian Lee shows us the moment he was spotted by rescue workers. So for more on this, I want to bring in Sarah Ewall-Weiss. She's a CBS News reporter covering economic policy. Thank you so much for being here and making us smart on this, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
So what's next now for these millions of people who've really just been relying on these benefits?
We see these benefits drop off completely.
Yeah, it's like falling right off a cliff. It just stops right then. And so, Sarah, here's a question that I've been thinking about, other people have been thinking about. You know, with so many people that are unemployed, there's also businesses dealing with labor shortages. So why can't we do a match-up there? Saturday will mark 20 years since the September 11th attacks. That morning, FBI agents were forced to evacuate their New York headquarters after the World Trade Center collapsed. Joining me now, retired FBI agent Chris Cottis. We just saw her in that clip, working out of that office. So thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me.
What happened, Chris, to the FBI's New York office when the World Trade Center towers came down?
The office actually pulled together very quickly.
Now, your initial reaction to moving the Bureau's command center to an auto garage, it was kind of skeptical. So what led to that decision, and what concerns did you have at that point?
For me, you know, I lived in Manhattan, and I was familiar with the 26th Street garage was the motor pool for the FBI.
Thank you so much for sharing. I cannot believe that it has been 20 years already. My goodness.
I know, it seems shocking.
It really is. And to see that footage, too, and it looks a little old, you're like, wow, I can't believe that much time has passed. We thank you so much for being here and for your service to everything you did for us. Christy Cottis, we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your interest. I appreciate it.
Coming up in our next hour, it's a CBSN special, Bring Your Own Brigade. The documentary takes a look at the deadliest week of wildfires in California history and explores the causes and solutions of a global crisis. You're streaming CBSN.